I won't stop till I hear him say,
Okay, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. As always, if you're interested in learning about cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices, and foreign exchange, please go ahead and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Guys and gals, in today's video breakdown, we are going to do a deep fundamental dive on Ripple's XRP. I'm going to share with you guys a video snippet of Kevin O'Leary saying something very important about liquidity and the massive pools of institutional money that is going to flood into the crypto space. Once regulatory clarity comes in, I want you guys to pay attention to what he has to say. And then we're going to jump over to some fundamental pieces that I want to share with you guys, again, bridging things together, putting pieces of the puzzle, that the mainstream media is not going to cover. You guys already know that there are closed door meetings that Ripple executives are having with these major banks and institutions, and I'm going to show you guys some of that here today. So blessings to you guys all. Make sure that if you guys do enjoy these deep rabbit hole dives on Ripple's XRP, again, the devil's in the details. You cannot make this stuff up, guys and gals. There is something big working behind the scenes. If you are an XRP holder, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button to help boost the YouTube algorithm if you enjoy video breakdowns like this. And without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's get started in today's video breakdown. So first, I want to take your attention to this video by Kevin O'Leary, and I want you guys to really pay attention to what this individual has to say. Very interesting to say the least, and then we're going to start reading these fundamentals.
And the capital required for this is unlimited. Now, the beautiful strategy here is when we get policy, this is the Loomis bill right here, and there's lots of good news in this thing. When we make Bitcoin an allocation for institutions, which they do not have yet, what I predict will happen, they will put between 50 basis points and 3 basis points or 300 basis points into their portfolios. How much money is that? Trillions of dollars. So if you want to see Bitcoin appreciate in value, if you're an advocate like I am, because it's software and it's a property and maybe it's a currency, you want regulation. You embrace this and you stand back and watch the capital pour into this.
Boom. So very interesting video that one of my students had sent into the CYPRX group chat earlier today. And I played it and I watched it and I was like, okay, this is filled with a lot of good stuff. And then the ending of that video right there caught my attention. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up, guys and gals. When that regulatory clarity comes in, that is when the institutionalized capital is going to flood into this market. And I've been saying that to you all on Twitter for quite some time. So with that video in mind, I want to now take your attention to some interesting pieces that I found on the internet that I'd like to read to you all. So this article was very interesting to me because it was titled, "What Will Happen When Ripple Replaces ACH and SEPA?" Now, this little tiny ACH and SEPA kind of sparked my interest because I remember way back in an interview that Chris Larson had back in 2018. And if I could just go to my history and find this for you all real fast. Okay, so this takes me back to an interview that Chris Larson was having with Stephen Thomas. And remember, I told you guys the ACH and the SCPA sparked my interest. Well, look at this, okay? This is back in 2018 when they were having a conference in front of a panel at Google Talks, right? And look at the background. Look at the PowerPoint display that Stephen Thomas was giving to the audience at this Google Talk that he was having. And it says right here, ACH and SCPA, and how XRP is the bridge asset between the two, right? So that led me to reading this article. I wasn't going to read it at first because this is, produced by an individual who I'm not too entirely sure has any credibility. But when I saw this, I was like, okay, that makes me think back to an interview that I watched with Chris Larson and Stephen Thomas. So I went ahead and read it. And man, let me tell you what, it opened up a deep rabbit hole. So I'm going to share all of that with you all today. So this article reads, the ACH and SCPA. The implications of the move are hard to understate. If Ripple is successful at rebuilding the ACH process on the Ripple protocol, it'll position itself as one of the most integral parts of the global financial system. In 2012, the ACH volume in the United States increased by 4.19% to 21 billion transactions. The NACHA, so that was significant right there. The NACHA says that's just in the US. Transaction volume is just a small part of the puzzle, though. The beauty of the Ripple protocol is the fact that it makes transactions nearly instantaneous. How? It doesn't require the centralized gatekeeper-like system that ACH uses. Every single Ripple transaction is verified on a public ledger, and that process takes seconds. It also operates 24/7. ACH transactions, on the other hand, are limited by the Federal Reserve rules requiring interbank transfers to stop each day at 6 p.m. .0.000010 XRP are destroyed with every transaction processed on the Ripple network. That means that if ACH switched to Ripple protocol and processed 21 billion transactions a year, Ripple would be destroyed at a rate of greater than 100,000 per year just in the US. So going over some key phrases, we have ACH, right? We have the NACHA that led me to do some deep dive research. So we come over here to the NACHA website, and this was very interesting. Can the insurance industry get aboard the faster payments train? I was like, can't mention Ripple in this. Well, check this out. Since the first phase of the same day ACH rollout in late September, a task force of the US Federal Reserve has been busy investigating ways to enhance faster payment settlements nationwide. So I was like, okay, Ripple is, I'm almost 110% sure, part of this US Federal Reserve Faster Payments Task Force. The Federal Reserve Faster Payments Task Force, comprised of hundreds of members from across the payment industry, has started examining nearly 20 proposals for faster payment solutions. The task force are focused on exploring new ways to expedite the payment process while at the same time increasing security related to the transactions. So again, guys and gals, there are massive things happening behind the scenes that the general public is not going to know about. Check this out. In January 2007, the Fed Task Force is expected to release the first installment of its two-part report, with the second part to be released in the middle of the year. The first part will provide details relating to the task force and examine the different ways consumers and businesses can benefit from faster payments. Scrolling down here, where it mentions Ripple, meanwhile, multiple banks recently partnered to create a global payments interbank group focused on distributed ledger technology. According to the financial settlement provider Ripple, boom, says it right here. So these banking institutions behind the scenes, you guys don't get to see these closed door meetings, these global payment interbank group meetings. Okay, guys and gals, it says it right here. These banking institutions are joining forces. So we come over here to this article, right? Banks join forces to create interbank group for global payments. This is massive. Ripple, the provider of a financial settlement solution, announced on Friday a number of global banks joining forces to create this first interbank group for global payments based on distributed ledger technology. But I thought blockchain was dying and I thought cryptocurrency was dead and going away. Okay, scratch your head on that one, guys and gals. I'm telling you, there's massive things happening behind the scenes that retail traders are going to miss out on because they're getting flooded out of the market. According to a press release, Ripple said a Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, Santander, UniCredit, Standard Chartered, Westpac Banking Corporation, and Royal Bank of Canada are the founding members of an organization known as the Global Payment Steering Group, GPSG. Ripple said the GPSG will oversee the creation and maintenance of the Ripple payment transaction rules, formalize standards for activity using Ripple and other transactions to support the implementation of Ripple payment capabilities. CIBC will also join the GPSG as a new member. This is massive, okay? So why is the creation of the GPSG significant? And it is significant because this represents the first time that major banks have formulated policies to govern the transfer of money across borders using blockchain. Now, I've told you guys why Ripple's XRP is going to be successful, because they are attempting to work in tandem with policy, with regulators, with government entities, with banking institutions to improve their systems, not to disrupt them or to shut them down. You guys have to understand that. That is massive, okay? So coming over here, the fasterpaymentstaskforce.org, this is another PDF where it not only mentions Ripple as a partner, but we see right here, Ripple, a closer look, and I will leave this in the description down below so that way you guys can take a look at it. But it says, Ripple's bridge today's fragmented structure by enabling direct connectivity between the originating and beneficiary IFS. So why is that significant? Because I told you guys that Ripple's XRP is not going to be some magic one world currency, blah, blah, like all this hype that everybody talks about, but it is going to be a bridge asset to all the money, guys and guys. And we've heard Chris Larson say this. We've heard Brad Garlinghouse say this. This is going to be massive. That is going to be much bigger than a one world currency. Why? Because a one world currency, you have to understand something about that, is that there's always going to be some type of player that doesn't want to use that one world currency because they feel forced, like they have to use it. Okay. Whereas Ripple and XRP, instead of forcing themselves on all of these key players, they're instead working with banking institutions. They're working with government entities to show them how no matter what currency you utilize, you can utilize XRP to bridge it to another currency, no matter what it is. Gold, silver, doesn't matter if it's the Mexican peso, doesn't matter if it's the Japanese yen or the Great British pound. You can utilize XRP as a settlement processor to send payments much faster than you can in today's day and age. So Ripple tightly integrates the messaging with the funds movement and replaces the relay process with synchronized atomic settlement. Additionally, Ripple can provide access to the competitive FX marketplace, supplementing a bank's own liquidity and reliance on one provider, as the case is today. So you guys can check out and read this document, some just key takeaways. It talks about real-time settlement. It talks about liquidity management. It talks about the benefits, access, certainty, speed, and costs. All right. So again, I'll leave this in the description down below. You guys can go check that out. But continuing this deep dive on the NACHA. So it says right here, Ripple Labs joins mainstream NACHA Financial Industry Alliance. Ripple Labs has been accepted into the NACHA Payments Innovation Alliance, a nonprofit organization that oversees the ACH network. But people will still turn their head the other way when it comes to Ripple and XRP and say that it is a sketchy investment. Guys and gals, you cannot make these articles up. The proof is in the pudding. The devil's in the details. So Ripple Labs announced yesterday it has joined the NACHA Payments Innovation Alliance. A move, it says, will increase the influence within the financial and payments industry, as well as help promote new technologies in the space. National Automated Clearinghouse Association, or NACHA, is a nonprofit industry body of financial institutions that serve a trustee for the Automatic Clearinghouse network, the backbone for electronic payments and movement of money and financial data in the US. And guys and gals, none other but Ripple are partnering with NACHA, Financial Industry Alliance. So scratch your head on that one. Again, like I said, closed door meetings happening behind the scenes that you all cannot see. This is massive. The ACH network is similar to the SWIFT network that facilitates international money movements. Although Ripple Labs is a software company rather than a financial institution per se, so why is this significant? Okay, a software company rather than a financial institution. I'll take you back to what Kevin O'Leary said at the very end of this video breakdown. And I want you guys to pay attention to what Kevin O'Leary says about software.
Trillions of dollars. So if you want to see Bitcoin appreciate in value, if you're an advocate like I am, because it's software and it's a property and maybe it's a currency, you want.
Kevin O'Leary says right there, because it's a software, right? It's very significant to say the least. Again, the devil's in the details. These individuals utilize these key vocabulary. And it says right here, Ripple Labs is a software company rather than a financial institution per se. It provides an open source based platform that resides at the bottom of the payment stack for others to build upon. This is massive, guys and gals. Really do your research and understand how Ripple Labs is revolutionizing the payment industry. Okay. Ideally, the company sees itself as replacing some of the most basic infrastructure functions of the ACH network. And it has this little visual display for you guys: online banking applications, Bank of America. We see the ACH messaging formats and network rules, messaging routing, settlements infrastructure. So to continue with the rest of this article, it says Ripple Labs says it's working on these improvements in order to be more regulated, compliance, and law enforcement friendly. Words that will be reassuring to the traditional financial industry. Again, reverting back to what Kevin O'Leary said, that when regulatory clarity comes into this space, it is going to be insane. The NACHA represents over 11,000 US financial institutions who fund the organization either directly or via regional associations. And this is where that price prediction comes in for you guys and gals. The ACH network itself, which separates, moves about 22 billion transactions and yes, $39 trillion annually. And who is doing business with them, guys and gals? Ripple Labs. Okay. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. This is going to be massive. Again, that flip the switch moment that everybody is waiting for. Personally, I believe that it is coming, but it is going to take time. We come over here. This is a very interesting PDF, and I'll link this in the description down below, but it says Faster Payments Tracker, and this is from the NACHA, helping bridge equal access to faster payments. And if we search up Ripple, we scroll down and we can see what they say about Ripple Labs. Okay, so we see here, Clearing Exchange isn't the only payment service making recent headlines for bank partners. However, Ripple, the blockchain startup, recently announced partners with 7 financial institutions. While each bank is utilizing Ripple solution in different ways, the company's CEO said that most of them are beyond the experimentation phases. So this is confirming what I've said to you guys in previous videos, that these banking institutions are doing what right now? They are testing these technologies. They are piloting Ripple's XRP right now in the form of a what? A testing phase, guys and gals. And you guys can see this across the fundamental aspects that I read to you guys on this YouTube page. The flip the switch moment's not going to happen in 2022, because on all of these documents, what can you guys read? you can see that on the majority of these documents, the flip the switch moment is most likely not going to happen until 2024, 2025, 2026, and so on. Why? Because that is when all of these banking institutions will exit this piloting phase that they're currently in. Okay. And so you see right here, he ends that with, and are considering deployment strategies, right? So first they must go through this testing phase, guys and gals. Be patient. It takes time. Understand what you hold. Don't get shaken out of the market in the meantime, because we know that the banking institutions are doing what? They're manipulating prices to shake out the weak hands, to give themselves the best discounted prices so that way they can adopt this technology when it is time. And until it is time, we're going to see massive price FUD. We're going to see massive manipulation. We're going to see price swings to the downside, and that is going to scare retail investors. But if you guys do your research, I mean, the devil's in the details. So just to clear all this up for you guys and end this video, it says right here, this is from the NACHA.org. The Payments Innovation Alliance formed an ISO 222 task force to identify potential use cases for converting the current ACH formats to ISO 222 payment messages. So I'm sitting there thinking that Ripple is a part of the Global Payment Interbank Group focus. We also see that Ripple is a part of the Faster Payments Task Force. And we come over here to this document and we see another task force, the ISO 222 task force, to identify potential use cases for converting the current ACH formats to ISO 222 payment messages. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, cool. Let's go ahead and research who's on this task force, the ISO 222 task force. Registration Management Group members list. We see ACTUS, CFTC. We see the DTCC. We see Euroclear, European Central Bank. I mean, guys, you cannot make this stuff up. MasterCard, the NACHA, SWIFT, Visa, Bank of England, Major Loop, and boom, RippleNet. I mean, crickets, guys and gals. Crickets, straight crickets. Where are the other cryptocurrencies on here? You don't see Ethereum? I don't see Ethereum. You guys see XLM, Stellar? I don't see them either. You guys see XDC Network. You guys see Casper. None other, guys and gals, than RippleNet. Okay. So just keep that in mind moving forward, that when you see talk about the NACHA, you see talk about the ACH, you see the talk about SWIFT, you see the talk about Visa, you guys see the talk about the ECB, the Bank of England. Who's mentioned? Who's mentioned? The DTCC. Who's mentioned, guys and gals? Ripple's XRP, Ripple Labs. All right. Moving forward, keep all these things in mind. I hope that you guys enjoyed some of these PDFs and some of these fundamental documents. The PDFs I will link in the description down below. The link for this Kevin O'Leary video, I will leave in the link in the description down below. Smash that thumbs up button, guys and gals, if you are an XRP holder and you enjoy deep dives like this. Again, just reading fundamentals to you guys, showing you all that no matter what FUD comes across the market, these banking institutions are doing business with Ripple's XRP. Ripple Labs is a part of these global payment task force across the board. Not one, not two, but three from just this video breakdown that I've shown you guys right here. And that's just to say the least, because I'm sure that we could do more research and find that Ripple's a part of more. Okay. Blessings to you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown. As always, be cognizant, be aware, and I'll see you guys next time.
Till I hear him say